let me handle the situation that we have, and I want to handle it one time with you guys out of respect, and then that'll be it. But I made an inadvertent mistake the other day recruiting, and we had a miscommunication on the dates, and did it knowingly that I thought I was doing it right, and 15 minutes later found out that I wasn't. And as soon as that happened, or as soon as I didn't drive myself off the road out of anger, I guess, at myself, we called it in immediately and handled it with the people that needed to know, and most importantly, handled it with compliance and moved rapidly to get it in and to not let it linger, and try to move forward as quick as we could with it. And as most of you know, I was back here for the media challenge. I went back out recruiting, and because that was part of the day, and I'd had other things planned that day, all thinking that we were still in a contact period. And like I said, it was an inadvertent mistake, and I'm glad we caught it when we did. And but it's my responsibility. And again, we've answered it, and that's as much as I can really say about it, because obviously there's a recruit involved. But it was handled in process before I ever got back to Bloomington. So that's all I'm going to say about it. That's the extent of it. Certainly these guys, they're not going to comment on it because it doesn't have anything to do with them, and that's where we're at. So I've tried to handle it the best I could, with a statement from the school, and with Dan Dockett's radio show today. I felt that was worth doing, and I respect him, and tried to handle it there, but at the same time I want to make sure I handle it with you, and that's all for that. When it comes to Maurice, we wanted to get him in front of you so that you could hear from him. It's really hard to put into context what has happened with him, but the one thing I can put into context is that he is one tough young man, and he embodies the spirit that we want this program to be about. When you look at a situation where not only has he had one major injury and surgery, not only has he had two major injuries and surgeries, but he's now had 3 in less than 22 months. And there's some things I know, there's some things I don't know, but I've never met anybody that has had to deal with that at his age, with all that he has as a player, as a person, and certainly at this level. But without question, extremely proud of how he handles it. I think if you see the outpouring of support that we've received in our office for him, that has come across, and certainly that he's been able to receive, that he and his mother have been able to receive, I think that speaks volumes about how caring people are. I think it speaks volumes about the Hoosier Nation. And I said it on Twitter, I hope he gets an incredible ovation on Saturday night, as I hope all these guys do. But there's a level that he has had to live under since his freshman year with the injury, and I think he'd be the first to admit there's no such thing as fair. But I think the thing I'm most proud of with him is that he knows that God has got a plan, and there's no way that God gives people things that they cannot deal with, and we don't understand it, and it's not our place to understand it. And I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of everything that he goes through. I'm proud of his teammates. I'm proud of the support that his teammates give him. I'm proud of the support, like I said, that the Hoosier Nation gives him. And I'm going to turn it to him. But I would say this, what he's dealing with today is one thing, but I just got a strong feeling he's going to come back in a big way, because I've seen how his maturity and his toughness and all those things have come to serve him through these first couple injuries, and I think they'll do it again. So, go ahead, Mark.
I want to say, I thank my teammates for coming out here today, coaches coming out. and supporting me today. And you know, this is a major part of my life where, you know, I had 3 major surgeries in 22 months, and it's been pretty tough. I'm gonna take it as taking it one day at a time, taking it one step at a time, and you know, I'm gonna still be here for these guys. They're still gonna see my leadership. They're still gonna see me communicate to these guys as if I was playing. It was just a slip and fall, and fall on a stair, and you know, I just took a stair wrong, and as I was coming down on my left foot, and the back of my foot just snapped, and you know, there's nothing we can do about that. You know, it was just a freak accident, and you know, like, I wish I can rewind time and, you know, get back, you know, exactly what happened, but it happened, and you know, like I said, it's just gonna be one day at a time where I just take this.
Maurice, did you know right away, was it incredibly painful? Was it just devastating right off the bat? Or hopefully it was just a little sprain?
I thought it was a little sprain. As I was coming down the stair, I really didn't, I could walk on it and everything, and you know, I really didn't feel as if I tore anything. And like I said, I was walking on it and everything. I just, you know, gave Tim a call right away, you know, just to inform him about it and everything. And you know, as we came in there, and as I went to the locker room and training room, and we started to feel on it, and it got pretty sore, that's how I knew something was wrong. And but at the time, I really didn't feel as if I did anything.
How do you get the strength to deal with stuff like this? You know, the third in a row.
Man, that's God's will, man. It's just, you know, He's giving me strength every day. These guys around me are giving me strength every day to, you know, fight this adversity. And you know, they're going to stick with me 100%. And I'm going to stick with them 100% because at the end of the day, you know, this is my family, and you know, God's a part of my family, and my family's part of my family. Who's Nathan's a part of my family. That's who's giving me the strength to, you know, get through these adversities.
Is that what keeps you from saying why me?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not about me. It's about the team. It's never about me. I always look at the team first. Can never look at yourself first.
Are you better prepared to deal with this than the first injury? I mean, maturity to a level where you can really work with this rehab?
I think I am, just because, you know, I'm a lot older now, and you know, a lot more mature. I've been through the injuries already. I already, you know, been through it twice. This is my 3rd time coming up. You know, looking at a new mindset as, you know, it happened. You know, it's not the end of the world. You know, I'll be back soon. So, be back. You know, it'll be back. So, like I said, it can't be where I gotta put my head down, this and the other. I just gotta take it one step at a time.
Have the
Where
doc.
were the stairs? I guess you said you fell down this set of stairs. Was it in here or someplace else, or where were you walking around?
He was at my apartment.
Have the doctors said that you will be able to fully recover from this and then come back and play?
It's no timetable on it yet, so we're just taking it one day at a time. I don't know the timetable on it, so we're just going to keep running.
There was nothing that anyone saw in that surgery or the prognosis that he was making in his other injuries to lead anybody to believe that he wouldn't. So we fully expect that with a full rehab process and healing that he is going to recover. There's nothing that leads us to believe he won't.
Is there a chance you could recover this year? I guess is that
I'd say that's highly doubtful.
Okay.
Yeah, highly doubtful. That's not in the plan. So it's obviously, when you look at that and give the surgery a chance to do its work and confer with the doctors and look at the timelines, it's more than pretty certain he's going to redshirt this season.
Maurice, then you become, in essence, like another coach during the season?
Yeah, I look at it
Within,
as,
obviously, limit.
yeah, I look at it as me being a coach. You know, like I said, I've been through this road before, and I was coaching these guys when I was hurt the last 2 times. So,
You want to take credit for that? Let me interrupt for him. He's going to have a, you're supposed to leave that on me when you lose. You don't take credit for losing. That's the first time. Coach has shifted over to me. Mo's made a lot of progress in a lot of different areas. And where he was at this year before he got hurt versus where he was a year ago, two different places. And our challenge is a staff, and my challenge is the caretaker of this program and being very responsible for him as well as everybody else is to help him grow no matter what. And we're going to continue to find ways that he can help this team even when he's not on the court, that not only help them in the short term and help us in the short term, but will help him in the long term with the growth process that he's on. And it's very important that we do that. And he's going to be pushed and have a lot of responsibilities as we move down the line. I wouldn't call him a student assistant coach. He's going to be active with us as we move forward. And as soon as he's up and ready, and we're going to give him a lot of opportunity to stay a part of this.
This may sound like an odd question, but beyond just the maturity, how much more prepared are you to go through this again, because you know what rehab is like?
I'm very prepared. Like I said, I've been through the road before, so now I'm at a state where it's not like it's a difference now where my head is, and the support I'm getting. So I'm very prepared. I'm willing to take on the task and ready to start.
Have they presented you with what the rehab plan is going to be, and how similar would that be to what you've already gone through?
They didn't give me a rehab plan yet, but like I said, I'm ready, and I'm going to attack it 100%.
His surgery was really just a little over 48 hours ago. So,
Do you kind of feel like you're in a perpetual state of rehab at this point? I mean, does it feel like you're just kind of always, that's just part of your routine?
I mean, I guess I can feel that way. I mean, I've been rehabbing a lot lately, so I mean, now this is another step on.
Even though you got to sit out now for a while, if a redshirt is most likely, what are your thoughts about what you can contribute? You're still going to have a couple years left in college basketball. What are your thoughts about what you can contribute once you get back?
First, I'm just trying to get back. Second, like I said, be with my guys 100% and be with the coaching staff 100%. And that's the first state of mind I want to be at first. Just get back to these guys. I don't know what my plans are, but I'm gonna give them, like I said, give these guys 100% of my effort, and that's all I can do. I mean, you want to win, all of us want to win, but I want to get back to these guys first. That's where my state of mind is.
Is anybody, I know you talked about the coordinated support, is anybody in particular contacted you, maybe somebody who's been through an injury like this before, that maybe offer support and encouragement that way?
You know of anybody? Been through 3 surgeries in 22 months? I'd like to meet one. I mean, seriously, I really would.
Robbie Hummel tweeted at him was what?
That was nice. He's had some nice tweets. So
that's what got
that may be the first thing we put his Twitter on hold. Nobody tweets like Mo. Austin. But Austin just treats his girlfriend, doesn't he? Is that right, Cody? We might have to go. I don't want to be one of those coaches that bans Twitter, but Mo is out there with that Twitter. So. He's had some really nice. Wouldn't you say you've had some really nice ones? And Mo's a well-liked guy. He's a well-respected guy, and he's got a lot of friends. He did a lot of things before he got to Indiana. Even in the short time he's played here, especially you go back to his freshman year, he's done some really good things here. And I think there's a lot left in this story to be written. And these are all part of the chapters. There's no doubt about that. But there's a lot left in his story, and it's going to be fun to watch him go through it.
This isn't nearly as important as what he's going through, but with him now looking at a red shirt, how does that change your plans for recruiting going forward?
Well, I can't discuss recruiting, as you know, but it's definitely been a part of our conversation. So that's what you do. You just adjust. I mean, you adjust and you do what's best for the young men in your program, and that's where we're at. So those are all things that we've got to continue to get clarified.
Tom, if I could ask then, what were you kind of expecting coming in? Obviously, you were still kind of rehabbing and still getting back on the court, because you looked at it as we're probably not going to get 100% Maurice at the beginning, so.
Well, I think the same thing I said to Maurice and to his family is, we really, I know it's an old cliche, but it was just really day by day with him. He's had some really, really good moments and flashes. And again, when I tell you that he's way ahead of where he was a year ago, it's not even close for what we were seeing in the workouts and the effort's always been just the mindset that he was working with. So this would have been a situation where we'd have looked at it all the way up. I mean, certainly redshirting was a possibility, but I would say based on the last 3 weeks to a month, it wasn't a probability because of the progress that he was making. You know, now there's no choice, obviously, but I don't think you ever put him or him most importantly. We were never going to do anything that wasn't best for him. But for us, it's always important to remember, and it's, you can look at it as the glass half full or the glass half empty, but in the career that he was starting out with here, I don't think it's unlikely to think that if he'd never gotten hurt, he wouldn't be sitting up, he wouldn't be in our program anymore. I mean, he'd had those options. And that's just the way that it is. So there's nothing we can do about that except continue to hold him to a standard that he's willing to be held to, and I think he's really shown that through the rehab. And I think when you look at Coach Janae Jackson and you look at Tim Garl and you look at our doctors and the time that they have spent with them, Jeff Watkinson before Janae got here, when you look at the time that's been spent, they deserve a lot of credit and for the way they go about it with them. And certainly our coaches, but those are the day-to-day guys that are with him nonstop, and they've got to just keep doing it, and we just kind of wait and see what happens. But there's no definitive answer to your question. There wouldn't have been at this point in time. So we had our projections,
Right.
but those are our projections.
Maurice, considering how you started off your career, obviously you were a freshman sensation. Has that been your motivating factor, the biggest factor in your rehab, kind of keep you motivated throughout the process?
I'm motivated every day by, like, you know, just by my teammates. I'm not so worried into myself more than my team. And like I said, these guys push me every day to be better than what I was before. It's not me. I give my teammates 100% of the credit because at the end of the day, I can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. It's going to be a team. So I don't ever look at it as me being, as my freshman year, me doing well my freshman year is a motivation to me. It's going to be these guys.
Maurice, how close did you think you were to being back, I guess, from the last time?
I think I was pretty close. I worked pretty hard, you know, just rehab-wise with Coach Jackson and Coach Tim. And, you know, it's just like a minor setback. Looking at all the effort, you know, we put in these last couple of years to get me back to, you know, where I was. He was going really pretty hard, so I think I was pretty bad.
His last exam was really, really good. And so, but that was then, this is now, and we just got to help him get stabilized.
Had you ever looked into a special redshirt last year after the incident?
We've looked into different things, yeah. This is as unique a situation, and we've covered that. I mean, it's as unique a situation as I've ever seen. And I think over a period of time, I think the people that make those decisions will see it the same way. I don't know how they wouldn't.
So could there be a look into a 6 years?
Too early to tell. Too early to tell on that. I mean, the most important thing right now is him getting stabilized so that he can start his rehabilitation process, us to start for real on Friday night, and that's certainly part of it, but it's too early to tell on it.
Anything else for Coach and Mo? Okay, Coach,
All right.
available?
Thanks for coming. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.